Hi, my name is Brianna Weisinger. In early January, I'll be getting on a plane and traveling to the Greek island of Lesbos. I'm making this video to explain why I'm going and to ask for help. The International Rescue Committee estimates that in 2015, over 1 million people have taken a dangerous sea journey to seek refuge in Europe. They're escaping conflict in Syria or the ISIS groups that are spreading throughout the Middle East. About 800,000 of the refugees have come through Greece, with about half of those refugees landing on the island of Lesbos, which is the main gateway to Europe in this crisis. Politics aside, when I hear those numbers and read the harrowing stories, and the fact that in December yet another raft sank with 50 people on board and killed 11 people, including 5 children, it makes me really sad. There are stories of many generous and compassionate people on the islands of Greece who are saving refugees, stories of locals who buy donations and open their kitchens and cook hundreds of meals a day to give a single meal to refugees who don't know when or where their next meal is going to come from. There are stories of individuals stepping up to coordinate donations of supplies or manage distribution of aid or manage volunteers and medical supplies, because the official people you assume would be there to help with the organization of aid for this crisis are just starting to increase operations on the island. Right now, the majority of efforts are still left to grassroots volunteers and organizations who serve those needs. What I realized is that when you watch videos from these organizations and volunteers, they don't sound like what you hear on TV. They're not filtered. You can hear everything. You can hear the screams of people and the cries of children. You can get a true sense of what they're going through and their fear. It was this need from fellow human beings that makes me want to volunteer. Individual volunteers are fundraising their own funds so that when they're on the ground and they see what's needed, they can buy supplies locally, supporting Greek businesses, but more importantly, getting those supplies directly into the hands of refugees when they need them. When I see this situation, all I see are fellow human beings who are suffering. There are many people trying to help, but they can't do it on their own. They need money and volunteers and supplies. Volunteering isn't for everybody, but if you'd like to help, I'll be very grateful. $10 can buy 10 emergency blankets, saving people from hypothermia, 10 pounds of rice, or some milk. $50 is enough to buy a baby carrier for a family who is carrying their children across a continent, searching for safety, or a warm, waterproof jacket for a child who has to face a European winter in a refugee camp. I've set up an account on youcaring.com to accept donations and will gladly take your contributions directly to the people who need them. I'm going to account for all the spending and give you updates. If there are funds remaining, I will pass it to the organizations I meet while in Lesbos who are helping so many refugees in need. I'll be going in early January, so if you're going to help, please do so soon. Thank you for listening, and I really hope you decide to help.